Okay guys, I doing a little bush hogging today. I promised here back I'd try to get this thing out and run it. I'm not good at holding the camera and driving this thing and keeping everything in line. That's kind of hard to do because I need to keep that lift. I want to keep the grass cut to a certain level, so it's kind of hard to do, and I'm trying to work out something where I can use a magnet and hold my camera up, so hopefully we can get something along the lines of that. But Roku does not have good hardware for their equipment. As much as you have to pay for it, they don't care if you drop it under the bush hog and tear it up. I mean, that's just about the way I see that. But anyway, I'll say a little something about my old bush hog here, and it ain't much. I'll just go ahead and tell you one thing though: it's paid for, and I can say that. But it's just an old bush hog brand. It's 5 foot, and I'll tell you a little story about it. I bought it from my wife's uncle, and I give him $50 for this bush hog. And when I got it from him, it was in 3 pieces. That's no lie. That whole side over there was broke off, and the front piece right up here was gone, or it wasn't gone, but it was loose, and it had come off. So me and my dad, we done some welding on it, and you can see back here, and I've given it a workout since we fixed it, but it's come loose down here a little bit. I need to try and see if I can't patch this up right here, but I've hit that. I hit that, pushed that in a little more a while ago, so it needs to be beat back out with a hammer. But it's, you know, like I say, it's worth $50, and for all the mowing that I've got out of it, I can't grumble and complain. But I do have the overrunning clutch on it, and with these older tractors like the 8N and the 600 series, it's not a bad idea to have that clutch on there, because it's actually dangerous to use it without it. Because what it'll do, I mean, you can do it, I've done it, I grew up without one, and you kind of learn what to do and what not to do. But it's a lot safer, because what'll happen when you push that clutch in, this thing continues to turn, and if this is turning and everything's engaged, it's going to keep pushing this tractor forward. So, you know, that's why you're really better off to have that on there, because once you hit that, this can keep turning, but the rest of the tractor will stay out of gear. So it's a lot safer to have that. But anyway, that's about all I thought I'd show that way. I might do a little more here in just a few minutes. Show you a little bit about our garden, what we've done over here. This is where the corn was at, if you remember, and I hard this up yesterday, and I've got mustard, turnips, everything just sowed in here. The way we do ours, I'll just take me a bucket, put some dirt in it. I hope that wind's not messing this camera up, but I'll put some dirt in a bucket and put my seed in there and mix them up good, and then just go down there with my hands and broadcast it. And then I take the har and run right back over it, and I use a gang disc and kind of drill it in, I guess you'd say, with the har. And we've never had no trouble doing it that way. And I've got roughly half of this field right here covered with we call it salad. And then down here, I went ahead, I amended the soil, I put some fertilizer, I put a little bit of lime out. Right through here, I want to try, if I can, I want to try to grow some onions. Now, I've just, nothing sowed here, but I amended it. I put nitrogen and some triple 13 and a little bit of lime. Put it pretty heavy down through here, and just took the har and worked it in. And I'll probably come back later on and hit it again, kind of cut those corn stalks up a little bit. I'd like to experiment with some row cover. Right now, everybody's sold out of it. So, and I don't want just any old kind. But anyway, I'd like to have some good row cover to go down here, and I want to try to plant me some onions. I want to experiment with that and see if I can get some to grow. One thing that I've learned, the seed that I've got is a long day, and here in this part of the country we're supposed to use a short day. Now I do have some short day onion seeds, and they may get used, and I may use others for something else, I don't know. But this show you a little bit about that. And I've got some turnips coming up in that field beyond that cedar tree where we do for the chicken, for the deer, and they're needing water bad. Believe it or not, folks, we've actually hit a dry spell here, and I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but at least it's managing to slow the grass growing down, and we're able to get some stuff sowed now. But I'll show you what's left of the peas and okra. I cut it yesterday. I cut it pretty close, and we're starting to get some off of it right now. And the peas, well, you've seen that in other videos I've got, but that's about what's left of them. If they don't get some rain, they're going to be winding up pretty shortly. I could probably go out there and pick a little small mess now if I wanted to, but that's what they look like, and I cannot grumble about them. I'm thankful for the fence. The fence has worked. If you want to try that, you know, it's a quick solution. I would not recommend it as a permanent solution. And for what it is, it don't look like nothing, but it has worked. So if you're in the middle of a growing season and you're swamped by deer, I highly recommend trying it. And it's cheap. It's like $20 a roll, and this is 7 foot by 100 foot, if I remember right. And I got one sweet potato out right there. Found out something. I didn't know this. I assumed that they were the Covington Reds. Turns out they're white potatoes. So I don't know if that's a bad thing, but I was kind of thinking about it. I said I wished I could get a hold of some white potatoes, because I didn't know where anybody had any. Evidently that's what I've got. Now I hadn't dug on up through there, so I really don't know what else is in here. But anyway, right here we've got, this is just primarily mustard salad. I did mix some radishes in with it, and we always like to do that. The old timers always said it kind of helps keep the lice down out of your mustard. So this is curly leaf and broadleaf mustard. But we got that. This is where the watermelons were. If you remember, a few weeks back I pulled those out, and believe it or not, we've had a few good watermelons. They all didn't rot on us. So as you can see, there's a purple hull stuck here and there. Probably come up here maybe day after tomorrow and try to pick this again. And show you our pumpkins up here. These is probably, I'm probably gonna go ahead and start harvesting these things shortly. I don't know what variety these are. As far as I know, they're just a old-timey pie pumpkin. I got the seed from a man last year, and this is my first time growing pumpkins in a long time. But the deer, if you remember, they got those that were up outside the fence, but we still eating pumpkins. So we got little ones, we got medium size, we got big ones. So I think we'll manage. I've done canned 7 quarts of pumpkin, so I can't complain about that. And this is the little row of beans, just a late row. If they're blooming, and I see little beans on them, so if they could get a little shower of rain, we might have some. I think these are providers is the name of these. It's either contenders or providers, one or the other. My wife worked for a lady that run a restaurant, and she was big on heirloom and organic food, and she had these seeds that she ordered. She sold them there in her restaurant, and when she closed down, she gave Kathy all those seeds, and this is where this came from right here. So they're heirloom seeds. And I see a little creasy right there. I sowed some in here back last year, and I'm not sure. I believe the deer got them. But it'd be nice if I could get all this out and sow this. But it'll be 120 days, I think, the 7th of October. And these, they say, sweet potatoes, they need 100 to 125 days to mature. So it's really early for them yet. So it'll be next month before I do that. It'd sure be nice to have some livestock to feed this foliage to. But it is what it is. And I'm gonna walk out of here a minute. But overall, the season's not been a total failure like it seemed like it was gonna turn out to be. And right here we've got creases. I've got this sowed in creases right up through here, and on up that big red part that's up that way, I've got it sowed in creases. And my boy, he's trying to get some deer fed. So I don't think he's gonna have a problem with it. But he's got some corn out up there on the far end for deer. But this is all sowed in creases, creasy greens right here. If you don't know what that is, you need to look that up. Upland cress is another name for it. We just call them creasy greens. Hopefully, if we're able to have a harvest of them, I can show you a little something about that and how we fix them. It's basically just a green that we cook and fix basically the same way we do salad. You can season them with meat grease, things like that. But I tried another experiment here too, where we was plowing long ways like this. I went across this way. We're having an issue with washing, and so I tried hauling it this way and see if that might help slow it down just a little bit. Just a thought, something to try anyhow. And up on this far end, I sowed just some old, it's mustard, turnips, kale, radishes. I just pretty much what I had left over, I sowed it right in there. I've heard that deer love that. We're gonna find out. Okay, I don't know how good that thing, this little old selfie stick, I don't know how good that thing's a catching me, but anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. I'm gonna finish up. I'm gonna put this back on the tripod, make a couple of rounds here, let you see that, and try to call this a day today. So anyway, finish this up right here, and appreciate y'all watching, and we'll have some more things hopefully this winter. Just because there's nothing growing, that don't mean I ain't working out here. There's some work needs to be done to this field. I'm looking around the edges. They need to be some brush cleared and some stuff cut down, got out of the way. So anyway, I'm gonna get off. Y'all have a great day, and thank you for watching.